3-2. And he swings it, he hits it high, right center, Pinckney chasing, it's gone! Payoff pitch to Cedar Rafaela is swung on, fly ball, left field deep, back to the monster, it is off the top and out of here! He does it again! He always does it! It's 4-1 Sox in the sixth! First pitch, Jaron swings, lines it, right center field, base hit, and the Red Sox have the lead. Splits the outfielders, rolls to the triangle, Bregman around third, after Narvaez, Durant around third, they're setting him, he's all the way, he's in! Inside the park job! Roman Anthony leads it off on this Tuesday night, still wearing that uniform in a scoreless game. Anthony, Nick Sogard's return, Vaughn Grissom, and then batting fourth and playing third base in his AAA debut, Blaze Jordan. Bottom of the Woo Sox lineup in Scranton was awesome. Tyler McDonough, it was ultimately a game-winning home run on Sunday afternoon. Woo Sox team that feels like it's a good offensive club right now against a right-hander, Cade Cavalli. Right off the start of your night, and I think we got a pitch clock violation. Was about to build all the drama.
Cavalli went four corners right away.
Oh, man. Shakes that off. Dexter Kelly, the crew chief, all over it. So, the first actual pitch of Cavalli's night is swung on and missed. 95 off the rip from this guy. We're watching velocity. He's hit 98 this year. Used to hit 100. Tommy John surgery has kind of lessened that a little bit, but this is big-time fastball, really good curveball, and a 2-1 count on Anthony.
Has always been a guy with big velocity, and originally he was he went to the University of Oklahoma, but he was a third baseman that got converted to a pitcher, and he pitched right here in the Futures League. I got to see him then, and you could tell he was a guy who was just trying to figure out how to pitch, but got drafted in the first round, and they converted him straight to a pitcher, and big velocity, as you mentioned.
Woo Sox have seen some velocity. We saw Sean Boyle of the Tampa Bay Rays a little bit on earlier this year. We've seen a few other guys that are kind of in that echelon. Blade Tidwell with the Mets. But this is, from a AAA perspective, premium velocity when he wants it. Just shook off, 3-1 count to Roman. And he went curveball to go 3-2. And then the average curveball goes 85.
Yeah, it's more of an in-between, like a slurve almost. I'd like to know the statistical breakdown of how many 3-2 counts Anthony's been in this year.
He is a walking 3-2 count. And more often than not, he gets first base for free. Cavalli challenged him, and he takes it to left, blooping down. And into the glove of the left fielder, Darren Baker, for the first out of the night for Cavalli.
Yeah, I don't think he got this off the end of the bat. Coming off the bat, it seemed like it was going to be a little further than it went, but I don't think he really got good wood on this. Yeah, you see it right there, more a little off the center part of the bat.
First at bat for Nick Sogard, coming back from the big leagues. 14 games with the Sox. You see the numbers, it was a slow start. This is a very small sample size to get to the 608 OPS. That really is not indicative of who this player is and who he's been.
No, and I think you also have to think of last year he played so well down here, and they brought him to the big leagues and he played well there. So the big league club, the staff remembers that, so they weren't letting the 188 bother them. They knew what kind of player they were getting.
He ended up, in what was kind of a competition with Abraham Toro. Both those guys essentially went up at the exact same time. Both played first base. Toro just played a little bit better over the last few weeks.
One thing I have to give the Red Sox organization credit for, their 6-year signings this year, Eaton and Toro, outstanding. I mean, and that's what you want. You want 6-year guys that can go help the big league club, and both those guys have gone up. Obviously, Eaton's coming down, but Toro's done a great job up there. I wish they just leave him at first base and let him play. Made a heck of a play last night at third base, though.
Yeah, he is a little bit more of a third baseman than he has been a first baseman in his career. Sogard takes down and in. I think this year from Sogard is a little bit more of what you'd like to see. This is a guy that has made his money about not swinging and missing, slugging more over the last couple of years. And in a 2-2 count against Cade Cavalli, a guy that he's seen many times over the last 3 seasons at this level. He'll see another.
A lot of breaking balls from Cavalli early in the game. You usually don't see that, especially when the first guy is retired. You like to see guys establish their fastball a little bit more, but a lot of breaking balls for this guy.
We talked about the fastball velocity. It sits 95, has reached 98. He's throwing his curveball more often than any other pitch at AAA this year.
That's surprising. That's probably an organizational thing.
That was 96, hardest off the rip for Cavalli, and the Woo Sox have put 2 men in 3-2 counts against him to start the night.
And those are productive at-bats. Even whatever the outcome is, you're showing the bench, you're getting to see what his arsenal is all about.
Just threw a changeup 3-2 to Anthony. This one is inside with the sinker, first of its kind tonight. And Nick Sogard's the night's first base runner.
Yeah, good at-bat by Sogard. Back-to-back good at-bats start the game off by Anthony and Sogard.
Rochester defense. Darren Baker, Dusty's kid in the outfield. Andrew Pickney can go get it in center. Trey Lipscomb at second was the minor league defensive player of the year in the Nationals organization a couple of years ago. Drew Millis does the catching for Cavalli. With Sogard on first, 1 out in the bottom of the first inning for Vaughn Grissom. Vaughn is happy to see May go by. Just 4 doubles in the month. OPS down under 700 for the first time.
It's a long season, though. Aggressive lead by Sogard. Threw that right by him.
95 on the 4-seamer. Woo Sox initially had Justin Son Garcia in this 3 spot. He was scratched right before the game. Didn't get a reason why. He's been working through a couple of things physically over the last week or so. Did post last week. And they lost when he left the lineup. I mean, Anthony's their best fastball hitter, by far their best slug against 4-seam fastballs this year. Garcia, a very small sample size, probably their second best fastball hitter in this lineup.
I've been very impressed with what I've seen of Garcia. I think he's going to be a real exciting player. A lot of things to like about his game.
Now 1-2 on Vaughn Grissom. He had such, he's hit 4 home runs in 11 AAA games, but it's not just that. And we talked about the chase as something that he needed to work on. He hasn't chased all that much at this level.
He had some at-bats last homestand. Get down.
It will. Vaughn Grissom to right on a bounce, and Sogard will go first to third. It's nice to see Nick Sogard going first to third again. He's on. Grissom with a single. Woo Sox have it rolling here in this first inning.
Grissom does a very good job of hitting the ball the other way. He's got a good plane to the ball. Stays back on a breaking ball really well there. Surprising pitch for Cavalli. Threw fastballs right by him, and he came back with a breaking ball, sped up his bat, but first and third. And here's the debut.
A little extra round of applause for the man right there, Blaze Jordan, making his first appearance as a Worcester Red Sox in his AAA debut. And he comes up with an RBI shot.
That a boy.
Oh, wait a lifetime, right?
So, you're asking me what's going through his head. I can tell you what's going through his head right there. He's jumping first fastball he sees, and that was a great swing.
Known for, even as a literal child, for his power. Won home run derbies growing up in big league ballparks. Hit a ball 500 feet at the old Texas Rangers Stadium at 14 years old.
Wow.
And ends up getting drafted in the 3rd round in 2020. And the road has been long and winding for him, but he's 22 years old right here. And he rolls over on it, 1-2 on a curveball from Cade Cavalli.
Well, Cooper, you look at Brady House at third base, high school kid. High school kids take a little longer, and you've got to be a little bit more patient with them sometimes. And they end up repeating levels a little bit more than some of the advanced guys. So he's only 22. He's in AAA. It's not a bad place to be.
And a 1-2 count against a guy who's already been to the big leagues in Cade Cavalli. And he chased that time on a curveball away. 2 down in this first inning.
Just got caught in between here. I think he made up his mind. He was swinging and ball's out of the zone. He's just too far out. Just what are you going to do? Next, he'll get another at bat.
There will be more AAA at bats
fine
for Blaze Jordan, who slugged better than 500 over 44 games at AA.
And there's something to be said for letting the younger kids put up some numbers and get some at bats at AA. It's not a bad thing for them to play one level a couple of times.
Ryan Noda did not go. And it took him parts of three different AAA seasons, as you see Noda, parts of 3 different AA seasons, that is, for Blaze Jordan to get here, but now he gets here on a high.
And don't forget, part of those 3 seasons, he's only 20 years old at AA, so it's not a bad spot to be.
Worked through a year last year where he very easily could have ended up here had he continued the trajectory he was on early in the year. He fractured a finger at one point and just was not quite the same offensively after that. But he's here, and he will bat again.
Going. Oh.
Grissom faked the go, pitch inside. Had he gone, he'd probably have second. Instead, it's 2-1 on Ryan Noda, who, talk about another guy in this shuffling of the lineup and the changing of this roster, is playing in his 9th game. He has 8 hits and 7 walks in 8 games since joining the Woo Sox from the Angels. Another RBI shot. This is a guy that you want in this spot over these last couple of weeks. And he takes a called strike 2 on a high changeup at 86.
And, you know, regardless of what the inning ends up being, whether it's runs or no runs, it's a great job by the Woo Sox lineup of driving up his pitch count. He's close to 26, 27 pitches.
5th pitch that Ryan Noda's going to see, and quick check on first.
Good job by Sogard there, getting down the line. You always want to see the guy at third base when the throw gets down the first base line, whatever it is, really get off the line, because sometimes the guy at first just falls asleep. That was a great job by Sogard.
Sogard's forcing the third baseman House to come a little bit closer here. Counts 2-2. And Noda chases to end the inning. Woo Sox forced 26 pitches from Cade Cavalli in the bottom of the first, but do not score. Robert Stock back to the mound in the second tonight at Polar Park.